Welcome to Plymouth, Britain's ocean city, which this weekend plays host to the Great Britain Sail Grand Prix. And look at the Swiss heeling that over. Oh, Canada puts it in. The Kiwis take the win in Plymouth.
Well, that concludes the Great Britain Sail Grand Prix here in Plymouth, and what a weekend that was. That was some epic racing, and I hope you enjoyed it at home. Before we jump into the team bases, let's see how the season event leaderboard is taking shape. In first, we still have the Australia SailGP team leading the charge, followed closely by Great Britain. In third, sneaking in after an event win, is New Zealand, but tied on points in fourth is Canada. In fifth, we have Denmark, followed by France, and then in seventh is the United States Sail Grand Prix team. In eighth, we have Spain, and in last place currently is the Switzerland SailGP team. It was a really tough event for the Spanish team. After a really promising practice day, they ended up last overall. So we're going to have a chat to them and see what were the things that really held them back this weekend. Got to look after the foils. Can you walk and talk?
Sure.
Tough weekend for you, huh?
Yeah, obviously tough weekend, but it's the ones that we learned the most, taking the most of it. We have already been briefing and we have taken a lot of things and more to come, more briefing now and more things we're going to learn. So yeah, it's a process we need to go through. We're in SailGP racing against the best sailors of the world, so it's part of it. It's gonna come. It's just a matter of time.
Well, thanks, Jordy. We'll chat to you next event.
Thanks to you guys. Bye.
So the Swiss team finished 8th overall this weekend, but unfortunately they're still sitting in last place, so they have a bit of work to do. They have brought the big gun in, Nathan Outteridge, so it'll be interesting to see if he had a bit of an impact on them this weekend. But let's go in and have a chat and see how the guys are feeling. How are you? You look quite busy, but can I grab you for a sec?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Oh, tough weekend for you guys?
Yeah, no, it was, I think, tough day today. Certainly got caught out in the lee under there, on the hill there on the starts, but I think overall it's a reasonably positive weekend for us.
And you've got Nathan joining you this weekend. Did he have some things to say to help you out?
Yeah, he's been brilliant. You know, we've had him for 2 days training, which was very valuable for us. And yeah, actually today he was even chirping up in the racing, so, you know, giving us a bit of input. So yeah, super cool guy and very good to have him on the team for now.
So onwards and upwards for the team, eh?
Onwards and upwards indeed. We're
Thanks.
We're on the way.
Thanks, Stu. So the American team, they were 7th in Plymouth and they sit 7th in the overall standing. So let's go see if we can have a chat to see how the team is feeling. It's me. I promise I won't be too mean. How are you going?
What's happening?
I just want to have a quick chat about how tricky it was out there.
Yeah, it was a busy day on the Plymouth Sound. Big shifts today, really big puffs coming down over the top of the hills, and I don't know, we made the most of a couple and we got burned on a couple, but that was the nature of the day, I think.
There were moments where you guys were right up there. How's the team feeling?
Yeah, we're excited with how things are going, actually. Came out of Chicago, we didn't start well in Chicago and we didn't finish well. And here we started much better and we finished a little better, so we know that we're putting the pieces together. I think we all know we're doing the right things, and it's a little tough because everybody wants answers and we want answers too, and we're digging deep for what we can find, but at the end of the day I think we're doing the right things and we need to keep chipping away and make sure that we're doing those things all the time. And when we do the right things, then the results will come.
And Jimmy echoed those same thoughts when I caught up with him earlier.
Yeah, look, we're working on consistency, clearly. We've made an investment in this combination and it's going to take time. I mean, I think the perfect example is look at the Kiwi team. It's really taken them the entire season. They've slowly worked away, got there, sharpened up and won an event. So we feel we're on a bit of a similar path. We've still got a lot to learn and we're slowly chipping away, but we've got to be realistic and it's going to take some time.
Now the Canadian team, it was a really mixed event for them. They had a pretty good Saturday, but it all came tumbling down on Sunday. They did finish 6th overall, but they're still hanging on in 4th in the overall leaderboard. I might try to grab someone and find out how their day was and what was the tough parts of today. He's looking real busy, but I'm just going to interrupt him. You guys had a tough weekend. What was a tricky part for you?
Yeah, it was tough. I think as a new team, you're experiencing new conditions almost every single day, and today was a tricky day and new conditions for our team, and we probably struggled a bit in getting our head out of the boat. I think we've excelled when it's pretty steady and constant and quite easy to get around the racetrack, but yeah, we've got some lessons to learn and we're definitely going to take it away sort of the next 3 weeks and put that all into practice for Copenhagen.
Thanks, Phil. The French team, they finished 5th this event, but they did have some really promising results. We're going to see if we grab Quinton and see how the weekend was for him and how tough it was to miss out on that final. How are you going? How's the team feeling?
Very good because we are almost finished. disassemble the boat. It was a huge part in SailGP, so quite good.
Bit of an improvement from the team this weekend, would you say?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the dynamic still increased and quite disappointing last race, but anyway, I'm looking after the dynamic, and I think we improve our skills, our race management, and that's pretty cool. Looking forward for Copenhagen, just really exciting.
Oh, well, we'll see you in Copenhagen.
Yeah, see you, Lisa.
Thank you. Just missing out on that podium race is the British team. Now, I'm sure they're a little bit gutted not to make that podium race for their final, but let's go in and see if we can have a chat about how their weekend was. We might try to talk to the powerhouses on the team. Hello.
Hi.
How are you going? You're on the important jobs.
Yeah, we're just getting the base de-rigged now, aren't we? Yeah, bit of a disappointing day to be honest, but we crack on. Denmark in a few weeks.
What was that close cross call from your point of view?
From the onboard, it looks like we had a good half boat length, but the umpires obviously disagreed. So at the end of the day, it's their call.
This penalty GBR.
It would have been hard not being in that final, but how amazing was watching everyone on that grandstand at the Hoe.
Yeah, I mean, it was epic to be honest, just to see the home crowd here and the support that we got, especially after race 4 today when we won. So it was just epic to see so many people out to watch us and support us.
Well, I'll leave you to it. Thanks for your time.
Cheers.
See ya. Well, Ben's been whisked away for other media commitments, but let's see what he had to say on that close call.
You know, if we didn't cross, if we'd gone behind them, then you know, they would have been us across the finish line. So we had to make it work. But from what I've seen of the replay and how I can understand the umpires looking at the call, we were still accelerating out of our jibe. So from a long way out, it probably didn't look that good. But as we accelerated and turned the boat down, you can actually see when the boats come together, we're a long way across. So yeah, I think it's a bad call, but that's just my opinion.
It was a privilege to have Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Cambridge, patron of the 1851 Trust, join us on the water here in Plymouth and take part in a special Commonwealth race with New Zealand.
It's a clear start in the Commonwealth race. Here we go. Great start by Great Britain. They turn the boat 56 kilometres an hour. On the helm, the Duchess of Cambridge, wing trimmer Ian Jensen, communication already good. So Ben Ainsley trying to feed the information on this gusty breeze out here on Plymouth Sound.
Checkmate as the Brits take the win over the Kiwis. So as the Duchess of Cambridge and the rest of the team receive their trophy given by Sir Russell Coutts, the CEO of SailGP, and the Commonwealth race goes the way of Great Britain.
Well, it was a great weekend for the Danish team. They snuck into that podium race after a great Sunday racing. And it was also great to see them leading that race, but I'm sure they're a little bit disappointed that the Kiwis got them on that last top gate. So let's see if we can go grab Nikolai to see how the day was for him. Just making myself comfortable here.
All right, I'll join you.
Yeah. How's your weekend from your perspective?
It started pretty bad yesterday. We had a terrible day yesterday, and then we just knew we had to go have a Super Sunday today to get in it. And then I think things went our way today. We sailed well, but it also went our way a little bit with GBR Australia penalties and so on. And we really thought that final was almost in the bag, halfway up that second upwind, but it never is in SailGP, and especially here this weekend with shifty conditions. It's never over until you cross the finish line. So we should have done a little bit better job there covering the Kiwis, but we learned from it, and we'll do a better job next time. I'm glad that we took one step up, and yeah, but it's the culture of the team. We're not, as I said many times, we're not rock stars, but we do it together and we stick together and we just do it the Danish way. So it's a really, really good team, and I'm very proud of the whole team and happy to be a part of it.
Next event is Copenhagen. What can the fans expect?
It's too hard to expect Super Sundays every time because today we managed, but we won't do that again next time where it just goes our way. So more preparation, yeah, harder work, and then hopefully we can do another podium in Copenhagen.
I'm sure there's plenty of Danish fans looking forward to it.
Yeah, so do we. So we look forward to it. Please come down and support us, Danish fans.
Well, the 5-event winning streak has been broken, but the Australians still had a great weekend and hold their spot at the top of the leaderboard. Let's go see who we can find to have a chat. Jace, winning streak's over.
Yeah, I had to come to an end, but P2 this event, really happy with that. And the boys, that was a tricky race course, and they did really well to keep us in the mix.
Bit of drama out there. You broke a rudder.
Yeah, my bad. I mean, that's the foils are what I usually look after, and we had a little issue on day one, and we saw the crack, and we got it examined, and we got the all clear. So unfortunately, we felt it break again, and we lost the position. But I mean, we could have lost the whole race and came ninth that one. So we're lucky to get to the finish line.
How much fever was on board when you're trying to get that new rudder in for race 5?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was going to happen, and but the tech team and our shore team did such a good job. I don't know how they did it in time, but and then the boys to rally and then make good decisions the next race was incredible.
Thanks, Chase. I also caught up with Tom in the mix zone.
Really happy with how we sailed. I mean, we were sort of scrambling all day, it felt like, and the wind was sort of up and down and crazy, and breaking a rudder in the first race and just trying to limp across the finish line and not lose too many points, to then racing to try to make the start of race 5, and then didn't know like what was going to happen. We made it into the final race, and then our luck had to come to an end soon, and but the Kiwis were so deserving of this event. They were by far the standout team, so I'm really happy for them.
Well, I found Brad and that broken rudder. Brad, that's just insane, just snapped in half.
Yeah, it did snap in half, and it snapped in half in the titanium part, which is the surprising thing for us. Normally we see the carbon composite break. This time we've seen a structural failure in the titanium part.
Well, pretty impressive to get the Aussies back on the water. It's like a full pit crew out there.
It was like a pit crew. It was a beep test, a good old-fashioned beep test, collaborating with the Australian shore team and the tech team. We were able to identify how long it was going to take, kick the rudder up and over, swap the rudder out, and put it back over and let them go sailing again. It kind of appears easy, but in the background there's a lot going on.
So are we going to see teams starting to demand to switch rudders out there like we see F1 cars switch tyres?
We've talked about it in the past. It's sort of like changing a sail. If you've got the wrong sail on, you can change it quickly. We've laughed about doing a rudder change before, but we've never actually done it.
Thanks heaps, Brad.
Thank you.
That was a very impressive win by the New Zealand SailGP team, and I'm actually quite happy because I did tip them for this weekend, so thanks guys for making me look good. How good did it feel to win your first SailGP event?
Yeah, it was epic. Unbelievable weekend from the team. We sailed really well yesterday, and then finished it off today. It was a real fight in the first race today, and then from there we just smashed it, so absolutely unreal.
Did it feel like a long time coming?
Yeah, it's been a grind. We're not shying away from that. It's been tough, but I think it's what makes it more special now. That still got a long way to go, but we're going to enjoy this one because the team's been working incredibly hard, and it showed, I think, this weekend where we were putting together some consistent races and doing it in different ways. It wasn't like it was all the same conditions, so it's awesome.
Looked like you guys nailed it tactically out there, just getting some really, really good shifts and sailing less distance.
Yeah, I think Pete and Josh are working really well together, and that's been a real focus for us to get that communication between the two of them. And then, the boat's been going well, and that always helps when the boat's going fast. So yeah, we're happy with how we're going, but there's still a lot of things we want to improve, which I guess gives us quite a lot of confidence because it's a long way to get to where we want to be, and we can have results like this along the way. So yeah, it's good.
I also chatted to Pete earlier to find out how important this win is for the team.
Oh mate, everyone's super happy. For us, obviously the first stage of it today was getting into the final. It was our first finalist team, and to be able to win that first final is something that's super pleasing. And to finally take a win off the Aussies, they've been on one hell of a streak, is something that's super pleasing for us as a group. And I think just shows the hard work the team's been putting in, and super proud to be able to put together a whole event as a team. And amazing credit to everyone involved.
What a massive weekend it's been. The Kiwis were definitely the standout moment, but I'd love to hear in the comments what was your key moment of the weekend. Can't wait to see you soon in Copenhagen, and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to my videos, Carl. Subscribe.